So in week 5, remember you have 2 forums. And so in my previous video, I went over the forum that's due on Monday, in which you're going to evaluate a message. Now for this video, I'm going to go over what you have to do for the week 5 forum due on Thursday, in which you're going to put in a counter-argument paragraph and a rebuttal paragraph. That's what you're going to post. So you're going to post a counter-argument and a rebuttal paragraph. And so you cannot post the same counter-argument and rebuttal paragraph that you post for your paper. Everything that you post in this class has to be completely different than what you posted before, because even the forums are now going to be checked for Turnitin. And so that's why you cannot repeat any of the same assignments, because then Turnitin will then flag it as plagiarism. So you're going to write an original counter-argument and rebuttal paragraph for this forum. And that's going to be on a different topic than for your argumentative essay. So let's go over what is a counter-argument paragraph and what is a rebuttal paragraph. So going over what those are will be the main focal point of this video. So without further ado, I'm going to go over what is a counter-argument and what is a rebuttal paragraph. And so I'm going to share my screen, and so here goes. Let's see if that works. So I just shared the wrong one, of course, so let me share it again. Let's stop share. That was the wrong one, so let's share screen again. I think it's this one that I want. That's more like it. What is a genre? That's for English 115. So this is for the week 5 forum due Thursday. You will put a counter-argument and a rebuttal paragraph into the week 5 forum. You cannot use the same counter-argument and rebuttal paragraph that you will use for your argumentative essay, because these forums are checked by Turnitin, so everything you turn in has to be original and different. I just said that. So what is a counter-argument paragraph? A counter-argument paragraph is when you write about the other side. What does the other side have to say about the topic? And a rebuttal paragraph is when you rebut the weaknesses of the other side's argument. So when we write a counter-argument and a rebuttal paragraph, we make our paper fair and balanced. Remember that when we evaluate a message, we do kapow, currency, author, purpose, objectivity, and then writing style. So if an article or something that you write talks about both sides of an issue, then it fulfills the objectivity portion of kapow, making that message persuasive and credible for the reader. And it also makes that message non-biased, because you do not want to write a biased paper. So when we write an argumentative essay, so I'm going to review a little bit about what I did previously. So in your argumentative essay, or APA, first, before you write the first page, you're going to write an abstract, which is a summary of your paper. Then you're going to write your introduction paragraph. Then you're going to write your counter-argument paragraph, your rebuttal paragraph. Then you write your 3 body paragraphs, and then your conclusion. So that's going to be your argumentative essay. And then you write your references. Okay, so first you write, before the first page, you write the abstract. So the abstract goes over the purpose. What is the objective of the paper? What methods did that scholar use for her thesis? Results. What were the results of that scholar's experiment? Conclusion. How to apply those results in everyday life, and what further research needs to be done. So this is how we write an abstract. Now, if your paper is not a science paper, then you don't need to write those particular items. If your paper is not a science paper, then just write a 1-paragraph summary of what's inside your paper. Okay, so that's an abstract. An introduction paragraph consists of a hook, 5 background sentences, and then you have your thesis statement. Topic, opinion, reasons. So that states the main idea of your paper. After you write your introduction paragraph, you're going to write your counter-argument paragraph. So that's paragraph 2, where you state what the other side says. Then in paragraph 3, you write your rebuttal paragraph, where you rebut or respond back to the weaknesses in the other side's arguments with your arguments from your thesis. Now note, for your week 5 forum, you only need to do these 2. You don't need to do the other stuff. You only need to do the counter-argument paragraph and the rebuttal paragraph. And that's all you need to put in for your week 5 forum that's due on Monday. So after you write this whole structure, this is for your final paper that you're going to hand in week 7 when you write your complete argumentative paper. So I'm sorry if I confused you and you're like, oh my God, for week 5 forum I've got to write all of this? I'm like, no. For the week 5 forum, all you need to write is just paragraph 2, counter-argument paragraph, paragraph 3, rebuttal paragraph. So you don't have to go, oh my God. No, this whole thing is for your week 7 final draft. Okay? So don't get all freaky. So you're going to, paragraph 2 is the counter-argument, where you state what the other side says. Then you have your rebuttal paragraph, where you respond back to the weaknesses, and I'm going to show you how to do that, of the other side's arguments. Then you write your reason 1, reason 2, reason 3 from your thesis statement. Because in your thesis statement, you're going to say topic, opinion, reasons. Then you're going to have reason 1, reason 2, reason 3. So these reasons from your thesis statement will then become paragraph 4, paragraph 5, paragraph 6. And then you have your conclusion. In your conclusion, you're going to have a call to action, where you're calling the reader to act upon what your topic is. And so if your topic happens to be, for instance, the best call to action persuasive essay that I know of is when Martin Luther King wanted a call to action, making all of America aware of the deleterious effects of racism on African Americans, and the call to action was an awareness of racism and to go protest or go to Washington and march upon racism. So call to action means that you do something about it. So you're going to write a conclusion where you tell the reader what to do to solve the problem. All right, so that's going to be your entire week 7 essay. So now I'm going to go over what you're going to do for your week 5 forum. So for your week 5 forum, we're going to focus on how to write a counter-argument paragraph, and we're going to focus on how to write a rebuttal paragraph. So when we write the counter-argument paragraph, we're writing about what the other side wants to say. So for instance, if my thesis is smoking is harmful to your health because it causes lung cancer, stomach cancer, and throat cancer. So let's say that's my thesis statement. That's my argument. Then what would the other side say? So proponents state, supporters of smoking state. So supporters of smoking say that smoking is glamorous. People believe smoking is glamorous. Conventional wisdom claims smoking is glamorous. Dr. Smith acknowledges smoking is glamorous. According to Dr. Smith, smoking is glamorous. So you have many different ways in which you can say the other side, which they think smoking is glamorous. Okay, here are some more ways in which you can express what they think. Some people think smoking is glamorous. Other people think smoking is glamorous. Advocates for smoking think smoking is glamorous. It is true that smoking is glamorous. It is suggested that smoking is glamorous. It is argued that smoking is glamorous. It has been argued, or it has been claimed, that smoking is glamorous and vaping is harmless because of its water vapor. Those who claim smoking is glamorous are wrong. And that's your Backers of smoking claim, suggest, agree, believe smoking is glamorous and vaping is harmless. Many people believe, argue, feel, think vaping is harmless. It is often thought that vaping is harmless. It is easy to believe that vaping is harmless because when you breathe out the smoke, it's all water vapor. It might look as if vaping is harmless. Those who believe claim that vaping is harmless. Okay, so these are all ways in which you could state the other side. Okay, so people believe. In other words, this is what other people believe. People on the other side of the aisle, this is what they think. Okay, so in your textbook, this is the they think in the title. They think, they say, I say. So these are all the different ways in which you can start your counter-argument paragraph, sentence starters. Okay, so this is what the other side believes. However, now in rebuttal, you're going to pivot and state your point of view, and then you're going to argue the weaknesses of the other side. So those, it might seem or appear to look as if vaping is harmless. However, vaping and smoking are not harmless because smoking causes lung cancer, throat cancer, and stomach cancer. So no, vaping is not harmless. Nonetheless, vaping is not harmless because smoking causes cancer. Contrary to the above opinion, smoking is not harmless or glamorous. Smoking causes lung cancer. So on all of this, however, nonetheless, contrary to the above opinion, contrary to what the other side thinks, smoking causes cancer. The truth of the matter is, smoking causes cancer. This author, that's me, believes that the contrary is true, that smoking causes cancer. As a matter of fact, the opposite is true, because smoking is not glamorous. Vaping is not harmless. Instead, smoking causes. So you notice that I switch around, that the other side seems to think smoking is harmless and glamorous, and I switch that around. I pivot. So that's what you do in a rebuttal paragraph, is you pivot around and say no, that smoking is not glamorous. Instead, smoking causes cancer. And then that becomes the rest of your rebuttal paragraph where you rebut the other side. So after you pivot, then you would say, well, no, in reality, smoking causes cancer because 68% of smokers who start smoking young die of lung cancer by the time they're 70 or 80. In other words, really young age. And so smoking, as a matter of fact, smoking is the leading cause of lung cancer. So this becomes your rebuttal paragraph where you rebut the other side saying, oh, no. Smoking is not glamorous, it is dangerous. So that becomes the main point of your rebuttal paragraph. And so there are many different ways in which you could say but. And so here are the many different ways in which you could say but and say, no, smoking is not glamorous. The opposite is true. In reality, smoking causes cancer. Although true to a certain, here you have a concession. Although true to a certain extent, the other side has gotten it all wrong because smoking is not glamorous. It causes cancer. Opponents of smoking, that is people who are anti-smoking, believe that smoking causes cancer. Critics of smoking, or people who are anti-smoking, believe that smoking causes cancer. The evidence states the contrary. So all of these are different ways in your first sentence of your right after you write your counter-argument paragraph, and then you're going to go into the opposite, that first but sentence. These are all the different ways in which you could say the but. Okay, you would say but smoking is not harmless, it is harmful. And so these are all the different ways in which the evidence states the contrary, that smoking is harmful to your health. And here's another, there seems to be more ways of saying but. than it is to say, the other side. So others may say that smoking is glamorous. However, the contrary is true because smoking causes cancer. It's easy to think that smoking is glamorous is true. However, when a person looks at the facts, in reality, then you go state your side, smoking causes cancer. It might be true, or might look like vaping is harmless. However, the truth lies in the credible facts this researcher has found in that smoking causes cancer. A common argument against this position might be, smoking looks glamorous, but in reality, smoking causes cancer. Even though the other side states that that vaping is harmless, is true, in reality, that's not true. In reality, smoking causes cancer. While this may be the case, that many people think vaping is harmless, in reality, smoking causes cancer. This argument is wrong because smoking causes cancer. Although some people believe that smoking is glamorous, the opposite is true. Smoking is not glamorous because it causes cancer. So these are all the different ways in which you can pivot. And so for your week 5 forum, okay, you're going to write a counter argument. This is the week 5 forum that's due on Thursday. And so here you're going to write your counter argument paragraph in which you state what the other side says. Then you have your rebuttal paragraph where you rebut or respond back to the weaknesses in the other side's arguments with your argument from your thesis. And that's it. You just have to write the 2 paragraphs for your week 5 forum, the one that's due Thursday. So in week 5, you have a lot to do. First, you have a week 5 forum where you're going to write a counter argument and rebuttal paragraph. So that forum is due, hold on, I'm going to stop sharing, sorry. So for your week 5 forum, you have a lot to do. You have a week 5 forum that's due on Thursday. In that week 5 forum, you're going to post a counter argument and rebuttal paragraph. This cannot be the same counter argument and rebuttal paragraph that you are going to use for your paper. So you're going to choose a different topic than your paper. So that way the Turnitin, because all of the forums are now being sent to, everything you post is now being sent to Turnitin. So you can't use the same topic you're going to use for your argumentative paper. So you're going to go to procon.org and you're going to find a topic for your paper, and then you're going to, not for your paper, for your week 5 forum. I know this sounds really confusing, but believe me, it's not as hard as you think. All you got to do is choose a topic and then write what the other side thinks and then what you think. Okay? That's choose any topic. Then when you write your week 7 paper, you're going to choose a totally different topic at procon.org. That's it. Okay? That's all you got to remember. Then for your week 5 forum that's due on Monday, you're going to evaluate the message or the article, how well, how credible, how persuasive it is. And so you're going to use ethos, pathos, logos, or kapow, or the science of persuasion, or the rhetorical triangle in order to do that forum. So I'm going to post, and what's going to make it easier is as you go into the forums, I will post a sample. All you have to do is follow the template. So if you don't understand what's going on in this video, you could just follow the template, because that's what you do for everything, right? Your whole textbook is about following the template. But once you understand how to write a counter argument and a rebuttal paragraph, this will strengthen your overall argument when you write your week 7 paper. Once you learn the skill of how to write a counter argument and rebuttal paragraph, then you are making your argument fair and balanced because you are talking about both sides of an issue, which makes your paper more credible. So I hope that this video helps you in your week 5 forum that's due on Thursday. So if you have any questions, you can always oops, wrong one. You can always email me. So I think yeah. So if you have any questions, email me.